Hello, I'm Michael Wigglesworth from Redmayne's The Tailors. We've been tailoring as a family for 150 years. Today I'm going to take a sequence of clips for YouTube to help you take a set of self-measurements which should be helpful for any tailor. They're a very thorough set of measurements. Alex Morell's going to help me today, be my model. I'm going to take a set of 3 measurements now for the chest, waist and hips on Alex. What we're going to do is put the tape measure over the blades. Don't drop it too low and don't put it too high, but over the blades, and bring the tape around to the front. I'll show you what we do. Turn around please, Alex. And we're going to put 2 fingers between the tape and come over the prominence of the breast to take it so that the tape's firm, but we've got that extra ease in. Then on the waist, now the jacket waist is taken about where the tummy button is, not where the trouser waist is. And again, 2 fingers in there, and we record that measurement. That's the jacket waist measure. Then we come over the hips. Again, the hips here, you've got to be careful that you get your tape over the prominence of the seat, not below, not above, over the prominence of the seat. And we run it around to the front, thank you Alex. And 2 fingers in there, and that's a nice loose-ish measurement, but not so loose it'll drop down till we've got the chest, waist and hips there. Then we're going to take a set of measurements we call direct measurements. And it's an old-fashioned set of measurements, but it's very useful, I find, when I'm cutting a pattern, because I can compare these measurements to a draft. And we put the tape, about halfway over the tape, over the back, and we pull over the neck, and we pull the tape up underneath the armholes, not so it's cutting, but so that it's firm. And what we want is the tape wrapping over parallel, if you can see that. And I'm going to focus on this part of the jacket and put my finger on there, because I want to measure from the bottom of the collar of the shirt to that position, 9 1/4 inches. Okay, so that's the depth of side. Now from the depth of side, we're also going to take 2 over the shoulder measurements, the right over the shoulder, left over the shoulder. Place the tape in the centre back neck. Turn Alex around so you can see the tape. The tape comes around, you gather the tape and pull it again underneath the armhole, not so that you're cutting your person you're measuring, and measure to the centre back neck where the tape starts. So that's the right over the shoulder, left over the shoulder, same thing. Gather the tape, make sure that the arms are at rest so you get a comparative measurement, and this one I record that left over the shoulder. Then we're going to take a cross chest measurement. Now you feel with your finger where the arm meets the body, and there's a definite gap in there. So you're going to measure in there and come over the prominence of the breast to the same point the other side. That's the cross chest measurement, and we'll record that. We're also going to do a half back measurement. It's the same thing. We're looking for the socket of the arm joining the back, and it's quite easy to feel once you get it. Finger sort of dips in, and this is the half back, and we'll record that measurement. Don't be too neat. If there's any error at all, make it slightly bigger. You can always cut cloth off, you can't put it on. So that's the half back measurement. And then we're also going to take a shoulder measurement, and we're going to imagine we want a sleeve to hang straight down if we can. So we're going to imagine where the sleeve would join, not necessarily where the shirt collar is, but as it happens on Alex, because he's quite broad, the shirt seam is actually in a good position. So we'll do that, and we'll put the tape over there as horizontal as you can and measure that measurement. That's the shoulder measure. Now we'll have a check shoulder measure, which we can do, and we take the collar, we put the tape into the nape of the neck there and measure to the same place where we want the sleeve to hang down. That'll help me position, or any other cutter, position the armhole to get it right for you. Now we're going to take, and keep Alex that way on, we're going to take a tape, a piece of string would do, and put it round Alex horizontally, but over, sorry Alex, I turn you, sorry, over the tummy button. Now this is actually, it's about in the position of the natural waist. And the natural waist is an interesting place. It's the centre of gravity for the body. So if Alex puts his feet together, thanks Alex, and I push him at the natural waist, he can't stop himself falling. Half an inch higher and half an inch lower he can. So we're going to use this turn around there. Right. Now again with the tape, we want 3 measurements here. One is the height of the shoulders to the natural waist and to the length of the jacket, which you can take off a favourite jacket if you want. So I'm taking my tape horizontally again, near horizontal as I can make it, and I'm focusing on Alex's shirt where it crosses. So I'm going to keep my finger on that and put the tape measure at the bottom of the collar, the shirt collar. Take that measurement, in this case 1 5/8 of an inch, we're working 5/8 of an inch, but I can convert centimetres if you want it, down to the natural waist, 18 inches, and with my index finger at right angles to the tape, I'm just going below the cheek of his bottom, which is about the length of jacket, but length of jackets are to taste, so but that's roughly where you want it. You want the cheeks covered. Obviously some of the jackets at the moment are coming a bit shorter, but that's that. And then we're going to take a measurement, a front balance measurement. So put the tape in the centre back neck as we did before and measure over the breast to the tape at the front on the right. Front balance right, 22.5. And do the same thing over the left. Front balance left, 22.5. Then we're going to take sleeve measurement. Now we want the sleeve to come about where the thumb joint joins the arm. So you see, if you tilt it up, you'll see it'll hit it, and it's about the best position for most sleeves, but sleeves are to taste again. I'm going to go straight up from that point to where you want the sleeve to join the jacket. Now it's sometimes difficult for you to imagine. It may be you've got a jacket on, but we'll go from there, 25.25 in my case, and I'm going to continue on to the centre back neck. That's 34. As a check measurement, I would also like you to send us a measurement from the neck to where you think the sleeve should join, 6.25, and I'll be able to cut you a pattern that will allow for the sleeve coming up and put the armhole in the correct position for movement. Often jackets feel tight in the back because the armhole is too far across on the arm, and when you reach forward you strike it with your arm and it makes the back feel tight. So it's often the positioning of the front of the armhole that causes a lot of problems. These clips of, I hope, helpful videos on how to do a self-measure on trousers and jackets and shirts have been made by my good friend Dave Freeborn of Viscom Studios in Penrith, Cumberland. If you'd prefer a DVD of what we've done rather than going on to YouTube, then please apply at viscom.co.uk and David will organise that for you. You'll have to pay him a small fee for it. Thank you.